All right, guys, so it's time to pay the bills, and I got my bills out here for you. I actually am shocked at some of these bills. Yeah, some of them still come paper. And I wanted to share them with you all. Facts, no hype, straight up. This is what it costs to live in the Phoenix area. So stay tuned. It's coming up next. It's Sheryl Willis over at the Real Agent Now group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. If this is the first time to our channel, you're going to want to hit that little subscribe button and tap that little bell so that you are notified each and every time we release a new video. We are getting dozens of calls, days, nights, weekends, and we love it. If you're even thinking about moving to the Phoenix area and you want to know what it's going to really cost to live there, then you're going to want to pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We are here days, nights, and weekends when you're thinking about moving to Phoenix, and we got all the answers for you right here. All right, let's first of all, in some of the areas, I'm going to tell you the national average rank is right at 100. So some of them, I'm going to tell you where we're ranked against the national average. Some of them are not surprising, and some of them are amazingly low. So let's start with utilities. Okay. Utilities are on the higher end. They're right around 104, 105, again, against that national average of 100. Now, yes, everybody, talks and complains about the air conditioning. Well, yeah. And you know what? When we've had this crazy heat thing going on everywhere except for the Phoenix, Arizona area, for this summer, 2021, we haven't had to run our AC as long and hard. I don't know what's going on, right? Global warming. Anyways, I wanted to let you know, we have two electrical companies here. One of them is called SRP. The other one is APS. You don't get to pick which one you will be using. You get stuck with one or the other. So my air conditioning bill, I have to tell you, it's actually my electricity bill. I'm not real good about turning off lights. I'm not real good about leaving the music. I do leave the music on all the time. So I could probably do a lot better. I also just replaced my, get this, 26-year-old air conditioner. So number one, air conditioners last a really long time if you take care of them, okay? What I mean by take care of them, you want to change your filters once a month, and you want to make sure you use the cheap filters. Yeah, the ones for like $3 from Home Depot, because you're going to change them on a monthly basis, and you want the air to flow through. That's also going to just make your house more energy efficient, even if it's an older unit. Think about it. If you use the real thick, tight woven ones, it's going to be like breathing through a rug. Like your air conditioner cannot breathe, and so it works harder. So you want to use those. There's a savings right there, right? The filter. But you also want to have them serviced at least twice a year. You want to do it once in the winter and once in the summer, and drink lots of water, by the way. So the AC, I just replaced at 26, like I said, 26 years old, because I realized I am not getting the best use at this price. $218 a month. And I live by myself. That's not good. So I bought two new 3-ton variable air conditioning units. And I have to tell you, I can't wait to do another video next summer to show you how that's changed. It takes a little while for my bill to change. Let me tell you why. So both SRP and APS allow you to pay the same amount of money every single month for the course of the whole year. So in the wintertime, if I was paying it on a as used basis, I would bet my December bill is like $20, right? Some of the country, you guys are paying the opposite. You're paying the higher in the winter and you're paying lower in the summer. Well, we normally pay higher in the summer. Well, I don't really know what that amount is because I pay the same every month, and mine will be, everybody gets reconfigured in October. And then they look at if you've overpaid, and if you've overpaid, they reduce this amount. So I can't wait till October. And then if you've underpaid, then they increase it. And again, it gets adjusted every single October. This helps you manage and budget your household spending. So you don't have to like cringe, like, you know, if you tell the kids, do not make it so cold in the house. And they're going, especially men, it seems like, I'm hot. They want I go to my son's house in the summertime and I freeze my butt off. I'm like, do you have a sweater, a blanket? Not kidding. Anyways, this helps. And I can't wait to report how much lower it goes. Hopefully very soon. It'll be adjusted in the October timeframe. All right, let's talk about the next item. The most important item, if you ask me, next to utilities is going to be groceries. Groceries are so important. Without them, right? You can't live. So on that ranking on a national average, we're at 97.9 against that 100, which if you ask me, that's pretty exciting. I actually just came back from California visiting family. That's where I'm originally from. I could not believe the price of natural produce produce and meat. Like, it was unbelievable. Proteins were outrageous. Do you guys not have any ranches out there? I don't know, but Arizona has a lot of close proximity. It seems like everything. We have farms, we have ranches, we have chicken, we have cows, we have fish, we have all kinds of, like I said, farms. We grow a lot of our own vegetables and fruit. I think bananas are the only thing I haven't seen here. We all know that those aren't grown in Arizona, but we have a ton of citrus. We have artichokes. We have tons of corn. It is amazing how many farmers markets there are in the greater Phoenix area. So if you're really looking for something fresh, great. Otherwise, there's an abundance of grocery stores here. We have the national brands like Safeway. There's a few Albertsons left. Walmart, the Walmart superstores, which, to be honest with you, they're one of my favorite stores to hit. And then there's Winco. We also have a ton of Costco's, and believe it or not, we have Sam's Clubs. I have memberships at both, and I like some things for Costco and I like some things for Sam's Club. They both have gas stations, which leads me to the next part, and that's about transportation. That's kind of bulked all together as far as vehicles. So gas at both Costco and Sam's Club right now is about $2.95, $2.90. They're both close to the same. But I personally like, just to let you know, Sam's Club because there's not as long of a wait, and they have a car wash for only $7. I love that. So we have lower gas prices, but you're going to be spending more money on maintenance as far as washing, because it's dusty out here. Your car, you'll find that you'll want to wash it quite often. I have a dog, so we do full detail. I spend money on that. Otherwise, I have dog hair all over the place. My car insurance, I have 2 vehicles. Now, I wrap all my insurance together, and I have an amazing insurance agent. I'll have to give you their name and number if you decide to move out here, but she shops me every year. So I have my car insurance, I have my homeowner's insurance, and then I have a few other things from her. I can't remember exactly what it is. So I get this package deal from her. My cars for 2 vehicles, I have a 4Runner and I have a BMW, and together I pay $176 a month. If you ask me, that's not very much. And I remember it being more expensive here than it was in California. Although, you know what? I had different vehicles. So anyways, car insurance isn't that bad. You are going to replace your car battery more often. And I tell people this all the time. You can get the cheap batteries that last a few years, or you can get the super deluxe, over the top, amazing battery that they say will last 5 years. Not in Arizona. So don't go spend $500 on a car battery. Just go to, well, not Sears anymore. You're going to just get new batteries from wherever, and you're just going to spend a couple $100, because you know what? You're going to replace that battery every 2 years. Well, I should say every 2 summers. I swear to God, your battery in Arizona is not going to last 3 full summers. So if you want to just be proactive about it and maybe just do it every other spring, that's not such a bad idea. Here's another thing included in the insurance. One of the things you're going to want to get on your car insurance, and again, that's included in my $176 a month, is you want full glass coverage. What is that? You probably say, well, full glass coverage is because we have a lot of rocks on our roads. We're in a desert, all right? So you're going to go through at least one shield. Not kidding. Some of you are probably like, what? You're going to go through at least one windshield a year. Me, because I drive so much, 2, I go through 2. But on the flip side, yes, the heat, you're going to spend more money, maybe more frequent tires, but you don't have to worry about chains. You're going to also spend more money on a battery, but you know what? You're not going to have cracked windshields from frozen windshield, and you don't have the wear and tear on your vehicle that you get from snow country with all that salt and the damaging elements, etc. Like, I forget about that. So from that perspective, cars last longer here. At least they look nicer, I should say. And, you know, as far as mechanics, paint jobs, even window tinting, which, by the way, that's another expense you're going to pay, because I promise you, you're going to get car tinting when you move here if you don't have it. And even if you come from a state that you might have car tinting, like California, because there's sun, you're going to get it darker in Arizona. My 4Runner is so dark that you don't have to wear sunglasses. I don't care. Unless the sun is coming straight in the windshield, they are blacked out windows, so people literally can't see in, but I can see out. It's kind of tough to drive at night, so I don't drive that one at night. So you're going to spend more money on those little incidentals, but you're going to spend less money on things that you do in other states. And you know what a lot of people do out here? They wrap their vehicles. Like, if you want to change the color of your car, don't get it painted, just get it wrapped. It's kind of cool. Anyways, all right, so we've talked about the windshield, the insurance, the gas, the batteries, the tires. You know what you need to also do, and I mentioned it, you have to add a car wash budget. There are so many car washes literally every corner, probably every mile. You can get car washes, exterior washes, for as little as $3. You can also get a full auto wash. They don't use brushes, they use the things that go like this for like $20. You can also do a light detail for $60. And one of the things I love is you can buy a membership, and then you just go in as often as you want and you get whatever wash that you've prepaid for. So it's kind of cool. But everybody really takes good care of their cars here. You're going to see an abundance of white and silver vehicles. Just saying. When I first moved to Arizona, I had a black car with black leather interior. And even though I had black window tint, I thought, what's the difference? A black car or a white car? It doesn't make a difference. Well, you know what? First time I got a white car, whoa. So you might want to consider it. You might come here with a different color, but after you live here for a while, you're going to see the benefit of something light. Okay, let's start talk about kind of the livable expenses. Well, let's talk about housing first. Okay, so internet is super important. And I have to tell you, again, I have family in the Bay Area, and I feel like we have way better internet service here in Arizona, and it's less expensive, and it is so fast. Now, there are an abundance of choices too. I have good old Cox just because they're reliable. I've had them for 20 something years, and I don't really shop around for the lowest one. I love it. I'm kind of a loyal person. Why change it? But I'm paying about $95 a month just for internet, and that's for the 1 gigabyte. But they have lower speeds available as low as $40. But there is all kind of internet services. I would say the average family probably spends around $70 to $90 a month on internet. And I'm telling you, rarely is there an internet outage. I mean, rarely. You can really rely, especially if you're working from home and you have, it's funny because I go over to my friend's house or something and we're working on, something together. And I'm like, God, your internet's slow. And she's like, yeah, because the kids are watching a movie or games or whatever. And I was like, I could have 10 people working in my home with my internet service, and it does not slow it down at all. So if you work from home, I'm telling you, you have optimal internet usage in the main greater Phoenix area everywhere. It's, in my opinion, it's priceless. All right, the next thing we have pest control. In your home, you're gonna want to get pest control. Here's my guy. He's been doing my house for 20 something years and I love it. I don't ever have to call him. In fact, he bugs me once a month, says, hey, we're coming out tomorrow. Okay, thanks. He pops on out. It's $65 every other month. I have not seen a cricket, spider, uglier bugs in my house ever. I would say in the 20 something years, I have had little tiny baby ants. Those are painful, right? Anyways, I'll see like twice. Never have seen a scorpion. Now that has everything to do with where you live. If you live up against a mountain, if you want to have the beautiful mountain in your backyard, you're going to see some critters coming in. They could be little like scorpions. They could be fuzzy like coyotes. You just have to be, selective on the area if it's something that's really important to you. And you know what? There's some amazing technology developments. I don't know if that came out correctly, but coyotes, they now have bars that go on top of your fence line. So if a coyote tries to jump on it, it scrolls, and so they slip, and so they can't get into your yard. That's a huge new invention. And the other thing that's probably more important to all of you is you can have your home scorpion sealed. Yep, you can actually have it sealed now. Depending on the size of the home, it's a couple $1,000s, but they guarantee no scorpions. So don't worry about them little critters, things like bobcats and javelinas, even if you live up in the desert area like Scottsdale or Fountain Hills. It's so infrequent. Just don't leave little Fifi out in the Fifi, Fufu, I don't know, what do you call the little dogs? Don't leave them out there all by themselves, and don't leave food and water outside because the wild animals will come. Now, if you live in the main metropolitan area, I live in Chandler. If you live in the south part of Scottsdale, if you live in Phoenix, etc., you don't have to worry about all those kind of things. But if it's important to you, make sure you let us know. All right, the next thing, let's see, I have the City of Chandler map. The City of Chandler bill. This is for water, sewer, and garbage. Now, everything depends on the house. I have a swimming pool, but I live by myself, so I only take so many showers a day. Follow me, right? I do have grass, so I'm watering my lawn, I'm watering my plants. If I had turf, I would have less water. If I had kids still living in the house, I would be using more water. So there's that whole variable. But my summer month bill was $70. And again, this is for water, sewer, and garbage. Let's see, and the water part of that is only $41. The waste is $18, and then there's a little bit of taxes. So it's not that much. It's not like people think. And a lot of people are converting over to what they call xeriscape, and they are getting turf, or I just actually ordered, I can't wait for, I'm redoing my backyard later this year when it cools off. But I bought a bunch of metal plants that look like cactus, but they're not real, obviously. And I just can't wait to redo my backyard. It's going to be amazing. And I'm still contemplating whether to do the turf or not. I have a dog and I just love the fact that he plays on it. Maybe I'll do turf in the front. I don't know. There's a lot of options if you're looking at reducing your water bill. But like I said, the water bill was $41. That's not bad. Now back to the pool. The pool now, if you take the pool service away from the chlorine cost, the chlorine right now is through the roof, and that has nothing to do with Arizona. In fact, California is having major problems. Not only do they have severe drought, and they have chlorine problems. It's kind of crazy out there. But we do have a chlorine drought as well. I just bought I think it was a 40-pound bucket for $140. A year ago, that same bucket was $100. So that itself has gone up. Now, but that doesn't matter where you live. It's because the chlorine factory in Texas burned down. like a year and a half ago, right before COVID, I think. And they've yet to be able to produce more chlorine at the rate that they need. Also, the pool service. The pool service is in addition to the chemicals, unless you get the chemical included. I have a brand new pool heater, and which I hardly ever use. And I have a brand new pool pump that I just put in. So my pool cleans itself very much all by itself. I have one of the swimmer dudes, and that costs me about $365 every 3 or 4 years. And it swims around. Now, the newer pools have these things called pop-ups, and the pop-ups actually they'll come on when the pool pump comes on, and so it bursts water and air out at the bottom, and that's what helps clean your pool. So when you have an easier to maintain pool, you're looking at about $100 a month. If you have a larger pool or more complex pool, or one that has an older pump and so it requires a lot more work from your pool guy or girl, it's as much as $120 or $130. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? If your pool's harder to clean and you have plants that are overgrown, let's talk about landscaping next, and I have to do more work once a week, I'm going to charge you more money. So anyways, so you can, again, you can make your home more energy efficient. You can make your landscaping more drought resistant. You can make your pool more easy care. There's a lot of things you can do. And until you own the home and make those changes yourself, who knows what it's going to cost, but now you at least get some ideas. Let's talk about landscaping. So my landscaper comes out every other week, and he charges me, ready, especially people in California, it's going to make you sick, $50. $50 every other week, and he is awesome. He trims my plants, he blows my yard, he mows and edges the lawn. And then the bigger trees, and this is what people don't realize, like the palm trees, there are people that actually like almost like climbing up a light pole, a power pole. And so they got the cleats and they climb up your palm trees, and you have to have them cut. I have to do it. Here's where the pool comes in. I have palm trees over my pool. So makes sense in Arizona, right? Anyways, they have these blooms that come out twice a year. It always seems like it's June and October. I don't know why. And so you want to cut those back before they bloom and then fall in your pool. And the little things that fall in your pool actually kind of mess up the pH balance. They soak up all the good vitamins. There's not vitamins in pool, but it messes up your pool water. So I have to do I have to do the tree trimming twice a year. Twice a year. And then I do my big trees. I have like a ficus tree and some other trees, and I do that. So palm trees are going to run about $40, $50 a tree twice a year. And then the big trees, I have a big pineapple tree. It's ginormous. And I do that one once a year, and that's about $250, $300. So now I realize there's a lot of do-it-yourselfers out there, but I'm a girl. I work crazy hours. I don't like those thorns in my fingers. By the way, everything in Arizona has thorns. So, and bougainvilleas, your pool guy is going to hate you if you have a bougainvillea near your pool. Those are the worst flowers. They're beautiful pink. There's a couple different colors too, but they're so lightweight. And when they dry up or when they fall off, they just blow and like they target pools, it seems like. Okay, so I think I covered. Oh, and then I also have, I think it's called a weed emergent or something like that. I have that done twice a year on my rock. So a lot of people, even though they have, and when I first moved here, I'm like, I gotta have grass. I want to have trees, and I still have rock. That's just kind of you don't have bark, right? And again, in California, we had bark. And we have rocks. Everybody has rocks. And let me tell you, when it rains, like it's raining right now, it's monsoon season and it's awesome. But so we all have rocks of some magnitude in the yard. Because number one, when it rains, monsoon style, fire hose style, you need the ground to soak up that water quickly. And so you don't want it completely covered by concrete or pavers. And even the grass kind of takes a little bit of time for it to soak up the water. So that's why we have a lot of rock to help with that drainage. And then when the rains come, let me tell you, the weeds, they'll pop right back up. Sure enough, 10 days later, trees, bushes are twice the size. Like, it's just like, hallelujah, your plants are just praying to the rain god. So twice a year, I have this weed sprayed on my rock, and I never, this many times, I should look in there, this many times see a weed in my backyard, in my front yard or my side yards. It's about $160 for my yard. You can even have the weed emergent sprayed on the grass, and you'll never have weeds in the grass. Now, it's funny because one of my neighbors, they went up to Home Depot and they got one of those weed emergents that you could spray in the grass, and it killed his grass. I have no idea what my guy does. I pay him $160 a year, $160 a service, and he does it twice a year. And make sure it doesn't rain right after, because it needs to kind of soak in. And I don't have to worry about weeds. So it makes it super easy. All right, let's talk about two things we don't like, and that's taxes. All right. So as a homeowner, property taxes here are insanely low. I mean, insanely low. If you take kind of right now, the greater Phoenix area, the average home price is about $550, $560. Now, depending on where you buy your home, because it's different in each city and it's different in each zip code in each city. But where I live, for about a $550 home, a $550,000 home, property taxes, are you ready? $2,100 a year. Yeah. Compare that to any other state: California, Texas, Florida, New York, anywhere. These are some of the lowest property taxes in the nation. I'm not going to say the lowest, but they're really low. Yeah. Here's another one that's really low. Are you ready for this? Personal income tax. Yes, we do have it. I realize there are a couple states that don't have like sales tax. We have sales tax, which is mostly imposed on a lot of the tourism. And so it's great if you live in Oregon because you have no sales tax, but you know what? Their income tax is 10%. 10% of what you make, bye-bye, goes to the government, state government. Here in Arizona, are you ready for this? 4% income tax. So there's so many benefits and there's so many savings. It makes everything more affordable. So it's not just housing. Let's talk about that livable tax. Okay. So we're talking, or should I say cost, livable costs. Okay. Let's talk about entertainment, restaurants. Depending on where you go, you can get a high-end restaurant in, let's just say, Gilbert, for 2 people, a glass of wine, bottle of wine, 2 dinners and appetizers, $100. Now in Scottsdale, it might be $200 to $300. In Glendale, it might be $125. Actually, Gilbert might be a little bit more than that. The point is you don't have to spend over the top for restaurants. A beer. Let's just, in fact, if I go have a cocktail with the girls, I can go to downtown Chandler. I can go to happy hour. I can get margaritas for $5. I could go to a nice kind of girly wine bar and I could get by the glass anywhere from $6 to $8. Now, again, if I go into Scottsdale, that same margarita is going to cost me $8 to $10. That glass of wine is going to be closer to $10 to $15. And the beers are going to be also just a little bit up. So it depends on where you go, but it's really nice in the greater Phoenix area that you have those choices. And the cool thing is there's not just one place to go for entertainment, restaurants, and live music, and all kinds of things. Our city, the greater Phoenix area is filled with downtown areas. There's downtown Gilbert, there's downtown Chandler, there's downtown Tempe, there's downtown Scottsdale, there's Phoenix, there's Glendale. I'm telling you. So there's a lot of choices. You're not all going to one place. We also have every single major sports to go to. So you have that cultural, and they're all cultural. I didn't finish my sentence. So you have that diversity of events and entertainment all over the valley. If you ask me, it's affordable. You can get baseball games for as low as 10, $12. You can get spring training games for, well, not last year. Of course, during COVID, they were like only doing half, but they're, $30, to go to a spring training game. You can go to, I'm telling you, you can even go to a Cardinals game. Yeah, I'm talking the nosebleeds, but you can go just buy tickets, $20, $50, between 25 and $50, depending on your seat and how far in advance you get them. But anyways, there's so many cost savings living in the greater Phoenix area when you still have so many things to do. Let's talk about free things real quick. Okay, how about all the outdoor parks? How about all the fishing lakes? How about all the biking paths, the hiking trails? It is endless on how many things that you could do at no cost. In California, you have to have a membership to go to parks. You need a parking permit. You need to pay to park in the downtown for 30 minutes. You're just spending money over money over money. It's bleeding you out. Here in the greater Phoenix area, there's so much you can do at lower cost and even free, including living and enjoying life, and talk about a better quality of life. All right, guys. So if you're thinking of moving to the greater Phoenix area and you want to know what things are going to cost depending on where you live, give us a call. We'll show you. We'll talk you through it. We'll help you out days, nights, weekends. We'll be glad to answer your calls, emails, text messages, however you'd like to reach out to us. We'd love to help you when you're thinking about moving to the greater Phoenix area. Until next time, see you soon. Bye.